Hey guys, welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Leo.
and we have
I'm,
Scott with us
oh,
today.
I thought I was introduced.
You can introduce.
I'm Scott.
Hi, Scott.
I'm
So,
Scott.
we were just saying before you came on, you're like the first person ever to have the three shows, three in a row.
The first to do like three in a year. I know that. I know Tina and Mitch have obviously done two Love Island Australias as well. So Love Island Games was their third. But yeah, suppose history, innit?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, not
Even
their third.
history when you went from UK to USA, that was like the strangest crossover we ever seen. Like you started speaking, they were
Mm.
like, "Oh my God, we know who he is," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
And you started explaining. I was
yeah.
like, "Ah, okay, okay."
That was the one that no one expected. I think Games, everyone sort of knew what was going on with that. But yeah, when I went to the
Mhm.
US, when I got my phone back from that, oh, it was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So you leave the UK show
Yeah.
and you get your phone back, and you actually, I feel like you saw a lot of love. It was kind of mixed. It was like people were either like loved you or they were like not so sure because of like
Yeah, I
moving.
never really experienced any hate at all when I first came out the UK one. Like it was all love.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah.
everyone loved me. There was nothing, not a bad word said, and yeah, it was nice to see. But yeah, then obviously it was always going to turn. No one likes you going back on the show.
I know. That's what I always say. I'm like, I
Yeah.
did, such a wholesome, good job that I'm like, if I ever went back, it would just not be in my favor. Like, I
No,
just,
Yeah.
no. I don't think the fans like you going back on the show. We've seen it with Adam and Katie that came on in the last 2 years in the
yeah,
UK one. And yeah, I
yeah.
think whether people like them on the first time or not, you just I just think people sort of turn on you a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say if you were like a total villain, people would maybe root for you to like come back and be different. Or if you were
Yeah,
someone that got like, so screwed, like someone that was there for like 24 hours and got dumped, people would
yeah,
kind
Yeah.
of more. But I feel like anyone that feels too much of like a seasoned Islander, the audience
yeah.
doesn't like it.
No, no, not at all. Yeah, I think you can sort of give people overconsumption, and I think that's definitely what I've done this summer. And I knew I'd get the reaction I got, especially coming off the US one. But it was what it was. I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming off the US one, we didn't like after the island didn't get to interview you because you had gone straight into games.
Mm.
And one of the questions I kind of wanted to ask you about is you left with Johnny. How was everything with that like post leaving?
Yeah, so like we come out the villa and we went to a place called the Nalagi. You'll know all about it, Leo.
Yo, I know
Yeah.
Nalagi, bro.
Yeah.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
so we were on the rooftop there, and I had to basically sit her down and say, "Listen, I'm not leaving Fiji." I said, like when I come over to do this show, it was like a double thing. It was a double deal to do both of them, and I said, like, listen, we'll see how it was quite brutal to be honest. Like it wasn't a nice thing to do, but like I was like, this is like what I've come over for, sort of thing. The games was the main reason I sort of come over, so I sort of had to tell her like, we'll see how it sort of lies when I come off games, and go from there, sort of thing.
So I had kind of like wondered about that. So now that you're off games, where does that kind of stand?
Yeah, we haven't really spoke that much to be honest. Obviously it was a long time ago that when I come off the US one, so like time changes a lot, and yeah, like I don't really see anything sort of romantically there with Johnny now, but yeah, we just haven't really spoke that much to be honest. And yeah, just life's changed, and yeah, it was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in the back of my mind, of course, I'm like wondering, like,
Yeah.
did it ever leave like the back of your mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you were just there on games? You're like, what have I done? Like, I need to leave this whole time. Uh,
No, no, it wasn't like I was in holding for games for about 5 weeks. Now 5 weeks is a long, long time, and it felt longer because we were only allowed to leave the room once a day.
With the
Um,
chaperone, yeah.
with the chaperone, yeah. So yeah, 5 weeks in a holding villa, not holding villa, the hotel room is a long time, and yeah, like a lot changes for you. And by the time I went into games, I was sort of like yeah mentally ready to
yeah.
go
I feel
right,
like,
right. And this is a fresh sort of chapter.
did you know you would go into games that late in the season, or did you think you would like start?
No, well, obviously I'd been a bombshell on UK and US, so I thought I might be an OG going into games, but like
Wow.
I didn't care the fact I was only in for 3 or 4 days because like mentally, like I don't know how much more I could have done. Like I'm so tired after it all now.
Yeah.
But it was just the holding period that sort of killed me. I wish I'd have gone in at the start, maybe only lasted 4 or 5 days and then come out because once the Islanders come out, they were allowed to mingle. But before that, because of COVID and everything, you were literally hardly allowed to leave your hotel room.
Mm.
So yeah, like, I thought I'd probably be a little bit earlier, and it probably would have made decent TV because, as you can see, like I'm sort of one of the only ones who's clocked the game in there at this
Right.
point.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't think enough of the Islanders did that early enough.
Wait, what do you mean you clocked the game? Sorry, I don't know what
That
you
is in
mean.
like who's sort of running the villa in there and who
Oh,
makes
Like
who
calling
makes the
out like the
calls. Who,
alliances and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, and that probably I probably say things too truthfully at times, and that probably
But
is
you're
why
keeping it
they didn't
real
end
though,
up
because
saving me.
that's
did
something
have
we
that.
notice. Like we notice the
Yeah,
alliances, and
yeah,
it's
one
like
hundred
I'm
percent.
like, people just
Obviously,
gonna let this shit rock the whole time, and then you're
yeah,
screwed if you're not in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. I wasn't playing for. I went in there right at the end, and I was like, I'm not playing for third place here. I'm not just going to befriend EL and Jack just to get to the final and lose. Do you know what I mean? So you had to sort of take them out by the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. I don't mind that
Um,
strategy. I
Yeah.
think that's like your only angle. And then maybe I was like, okay, maybe people are gonna hear what Scott just said and then maybe try to, you know,
no,
target their alliance more. But it didn't
yeah.
really stick. I thought
Well,
there was a chance it would. Were you a
well, I
part of
thought part of the what?
the carnival game?
Yeah, the carnival game. That's where I went. And when everyone voted me first, I was like, I know I'm gone. So I'm like, I'm gonna let everyone know what's going on
Yeah.
before I leave here.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it would be the teddy bear at the end. So I actually could have, if I didn't say that to Jack, I might have been saved.
Well,
um, but
if they were really picking a strategic move, they would have saved
yeah,
you guys, I thought maybe. Because I felt like you guys were more
maybe,
of a
yeah,
threat. Or not more of a
yeah,
threat.
no,
You guys were less of a threat than the other two. But maybe because you were so outspoken, they were worried that you would maybe like get people
yeah.
convinced to break up this alliance. So maybe you were more of a threat now that I think of it.
Yeah, I think it was more. It was definitely they wiped us out for a sort of social sort of
Right.
threat rather than the game. Then again, the actual game that they played, I might have been decent at because it's nothing to do with strength. It's being quick on your feet,
Yeah.
and like they're all built a lot bigger than me. So like that sort of thing, and even the Bell game where the duel between Mike and Jack, I was like, I'd probably be decent at that because I'm
Oh
light. Do you know
my
what I mean?
God.
Yeah,
And it's hard, yeah, because like you're trying to hear out for their bell while you're trying to make sure yours doesn't make too much noise,
yeah,
and you're trying to grab them and you're blindfolded.
yeah.
And
Oh, it
each
was
each
wild.
challenge
It
seemed
was
to have like it's like had an advantage based on what you're better at. Like if you're physically
yeah,
strong, you'd go crazy in like the boxing one with the bag, or if you're more
yeah.
smart in this, and you could be better in that.
No, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, obviously, if I'm coming up against Johnny in that game where you've got to whack him off, I think I'm probably going to lose. But half the games
Mm.
weren't like that.
Yeah.
Half the games
Yeah.
weren't actually about strength. But and I never really got a chance to do one as well, which I was sort of annoyed at.
Too bad they didn't give you like
Yeah.
a challenge with like a soccer
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, no, a catching challenge or something. I'd have loved.
That would have been a little unfair.
No, I know.
You'd have the upper hand by a long shot.
Yeah, they would have planned that. They would have said, all right, we're giving Scott a lifeline here. We want him
Yeah.
to break up the alliances. That carnival
Uh,
watching, it felt like that was the most intense challenge I have ever seen on any of the shows. Out of like all three of your seasons, was that the most like hard to watch and be a part of? Like I just felt like everyone felt like they were upset,
um, no,
nice, like
I wouldn't say so. I wasn't the most like intense. The most intense was probably either movie night or the
yeah,
Grafties in the UK one. That was probably the most intense because it was my first experience of Love Island. Like coming
yeah,
into this now, I was like, I'm gonna tell people what the game is. I'm just surprised people didn't clock on earlier.
yeah. That's true. I
Yeah.
am too, to be honest.
Yeah, like is what it is. Obviously, I didn't see the chat. I'm only now seeing the chats that they had in the bedroom where they're like, right, we'll get the new couples out. We've all been here from the start. Jack shakes Ray's hands, looks him in the eyes, and
And the lines, and
that's
then
the bit
you're
where
fucked.
I'm like, I've got no problem with what Jack did, but look at him in the eyes and tell, it's brutal. It's a brutal move.
Is that the move you would
Yeah,
have
oh
made?
man.
I don't think I'd have shook him in the hand, shook his hand and looked him in the eyes and said that.
But
But
if you
I'd
had said that,
probably, yeah, like I might have done. It's the games part. I don't hold anything against Jack and Justine for doing that.
yeah,
It's the games end of the show. You've got to make moves.
yeah.
But what I will say is, then I'm not having the Imani putting stuff in their thing as the reasons to why they did it. They were planning that all day, which they haven't shown. They
Wait,
were planning that. We tried. I've told Imani they were planning that all day, and I got Mitch to go and tell Ray about it. They were planning on getting Ray and Imani out as soon as the text came through. They were like, right, let's get them done because Imani was a strong competitor. And
oh,
yeah,
That's so fucked
yeah,
because they were like in their
yeah,
little alliance thing the majority of
yeah,
the show.
yeah. That's what I mean. So, yeah, the thing about it was Imani did fuck herself a little bit because she put one in Jack and Justine's or something. She was going around everyone's, so that was probably a poor
Oh.
decision from her. But no, load of shit. They were planning that all day. They were planning
It
it
was
all
a
day. And
fucking
that's
setup
the
from the
fact of the
jump.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish like Jack would have just stood up there and said, listen, he actually probably did say this actually. Just the game's the game. This is the move we were making. It's nothing to do with Imani not being in the thing or anything. It's to do with they wanted them out.
yeah,
Yeah.
threat. I mean, in my mind, like they were on track to win the show.
Yeah, Imani was the strongest girl competitor.
Yeah,
I think she
sure.
I was
proved
rooting
that.
for Imani as soon as she came in because I knew mentally and physically she could do all these challenges and dominate. And I was like,
Yeah,
it's just a matter of who she's partnered with and if she gets fucked over by the alliances. Because what I'm watching right now
yeah.
is you could have the best strategy in the world, but if you're not in on the alliance, you're screwed. But then if you're still in on the alliance, you'll still get sent home, as we
Yeah,
saw. And I'm
yeah.
like,
That was
wow, that's actually crazy.
well, that's the thing where it's a little bit fucked because Jack and El were on the same season, and obviously Justine and Sally are best friends on the outside. So
Yeah.
them two getting together as couples, it's whatever. It's a vote as a four straight away.
Yes. It's literally four of them locked
Yeah,
in for good until the
yeah,
very end, and then only one of them could win. It's like, wow.
yeah. No, exactly. And to be fair, this is why I respect what Callum's done because he came in with no alliances whatsoever, and he's
Mhm.
played the funny man game and played it to a T as well.
Carlin is funny as shit. Watching
Yeah.
him just from our TV, I'm like, wow, like he does not
He's
care.
hilarious, honestly.
Yeah,
He's a good lad. I like Callum.
I'm
yeah,
like hanging on to the fact that he can be the solo winner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I obviously can't say too much of what is about to happen tonight, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
will air afterwards, but don't say it because I don't want to know.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to know who you pick for like your jury vote.
For my jury vote, I pick Johnny
To save or to win?
to save.
To save. I would have picked
Save to go through to the final.
What was your reason?
Because Johnny's right. So my reasoning was EL has just been the sort of whatever Jack does, I'll do. Sort of.
Yeah.
Don't respect that.
Oh,
I like
man
EL.
shit.
Don't respect that. Deb obviously fucked over Courtney. Otherwise, I probably would have gone for them. But Johnny's just been so open about what he's doing. He's just having fun in the villa. I'm just like, do you know what? I respect what he's doing. So I'm like, go on, fucking, you get through to the final, mate.
Nice.
That's real. Like he's moving crazy, but he's just
he's
being
owning it.
True. He's not
absolutely
lying to nobody.
owning
He's just
everything
being
he's
straight
doing.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely hurt some of the girls' feelings, so I know some of their votes won't be for him. But I don't know. I'm hoping that some of them change and they're kind of like, you hurt me, but I like the way you played this as a game. Like it's going to be crazy to see how people decide if they're viewing it based on like emotion more or game more.
Yeah, I think, there's obviously a couple of people who emotionally, like Jess was obviously the big one, which emotionally he probably hurt.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't show, but Courtney said that. So when I first come in with Courtney, she said to me she was closed off. It was the weirdest thing ever. And then the second night, apparently, she said to Johnny, right, I don't want to be closed off anymore. Like the new bombshells have come in. And then Johnny kissed Aurelia. I don't think that conversation was shown with Courtney, though, where she said, I don't want to be closed off anymore. And then Johnny kissed Aurelia, never told Courtney. And then, so Johnny didn't actually do much to Courtney, basically. So Courtney's, doesn't hold that much against him, yeah.
Well, that's interesting because Courtney was very upset at the Love Island Games party with Johnny.
Oh, was she?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, there could be something that happens off camera, like in the real world.
Yeah,
like in the conversations.
Don't forget, like this finished a month ago. There's a lot of tea in two different countries.
Yeah. It's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to know too, then, you coming off, you said you got like a ton of love from your first season. Did you come off to like hate it all or no? Or was it
No,
just
I didn't come off to hate at all. No.
that's good.
I've said that was the only season where I really sort of wore my heart on my sleeve. I'd say, like, put
Yeah,
everything like on the table, and I was like, if this doesn't work, then like obviously I went all in at Casa, and yeah, like it didn't work for me. So it's sort of like scars you a little bit, doesn't it? Like it's always
yeah,
that sort like Love Island UK will always be in the back of my mind. The other two I can sort of
right.
put into the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously I come off to a lot of love from Love Island UK. And then yeah, I just had the call to come through to do both of these, and yeah, I just couldn't turn it down really.
When you got the, or because you knew you were going on games, I don't know
Mm.
how much you knew of like all of the seasons, but who were like you, was there anyone you were hoping that would be on games that you could couple up with?
Um, no, I wasn't thinking too deeply into it, to be honest. It was just a matter of me just getting on there and
Yeah,
getting off.
figuring it out then.
Yeah, like honestly, I found out Courtney was going on it before it, so I was like, right, I want to make sure I sort of get her. I had a
Oh,
little feeling in the back of my mind that something could happen with maybe them bringing Catherine over, and they weren't telling me.
oh
Um,
no.
a little bit in the back of my mind, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
obviously
think
that never happened, yeah.
the rumor
Pardon?
was you and Courtney met at the airport. But would that not make sense? Oh no, it was
No,
Johnny and Courtney met at the airport. Sorry, not
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
possibly,
Johnny.
yeah.
It was
Oh,
Johnny.
don't get me wrong. Before we went on, everyone sort of knew it was there. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
yeah.
it's so fun.
Yeah.
It was just when people were coming in.
Yeah,
Mm.
right. I know that. So if you were someone that was starting, who would you have tried to couple up with?
Um, Maybe Imani, I reckon, because I reckon there was probably a little bit of unfinished business
Oh
there.
yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit,
Yeah,
yeah.
because yeah.
I sort of with Imani, which is something I've never said. I never really wanted to follow through with that because I knew I was doing games. So I was
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
like, I don't want to go like too far down this road and end up sort of hurting her. She'd been through a lot that season. Do you know what I mean? So
And I
Yeah,
could tell,
it was what
like,
it
when
was.
you came
Yeah,
into our villa, it was like you were like between Imani, Cassie, and Johnny
yeah,
mainly. And then you're trying to truly just get to know all of them. And then you
yeah,
could see, like, there was one night you and Imani were kicking and having a good time. And then you almost like were like, okay, like, let me not get in too deep
yeah,
because I didn't even know at the time yet. So then after I was like, oh, kind of makes sense. Like, if you got
yeah,
in too deep, then it's like, okay, then it's a little
yeah.
like
Like I
risky
genuinely,
after that.
yeah, like I knew like how sort of loved Imani was coming onto the show, and like if I'd have coupled up with Imani, we might have made the final. And then I'm
Mm.
coming off that, and I'm thinking I've already signed up for games here. I'm like, what am I meant to do? I'm stuck in between a rock and an hard place here, sort of thing.
right.
Yeah.
But like I don't think there's any denying. Imani's obviously a beautiful girl, and yeah. So that again, coming back to your point anyway, yeah, I would have liked to have taken it off with no like sort of baggage, like nothing in the
Right.
back of my mind, sort of thing. So I probably would have taken it off from there with Imani. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. And I mean, I think that would have been a huge game changer too.
Mm. Yeah. No. 100%. We were the only ones who sort of. Well, she was the only one for me that was on a season with me. So
Right. I'm trying to think of who else.
who
Yeah, I
else?
don't know.
Who else even started? So there was
Well,
Yeah, for
Liberty,
me, it was kind
Justine,
of wild to
Sally,
see that you
maybe
and
Sally
Imani
as
were
well.
there at
Maybe
the same
Sally.
time.
Yeah, maybe Sally. We got on quite well in there as well.
but do you think that if you were coupled up with Sally, you would have been like the EL in the alliance?
No, because Jack and EL like had a bond before it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't
know.
know if I don't. Obviously, Sally would have already had Justine's back, but I don't know if I'd have looked that way for the alliance.
Yeah,
I'd probably try to make a new alliance as well because people did not realize it. They're always voting as a four, but by the time that we come in, there was like seven couples by the time the carnival happened.
hmm,
So you've got EL, Jack, and Callum, who were as a three. Callum wasn't going to turn against Jack and EL, but if Ray would have listened to us and turned, that means Johnny would have turned. There's then 4v3, and no one clocked onto that.
I know. It was crazy watching it. I think it would have been different if everyone was fans of the show Survivor and treated the gameplay similar to that, especially
Yeah,
knowing that you guys had like your jury come into. I don't know if you've seen the show, but the strategy.
Yeah, no, I've not seen Survivor. No.
The strategy portion of it is very similar. You should watch it. You should do it if you ever wanted to another show. Maybe Love Island.
Fuck it.
We'll see. Yeah, no, I think my Love Island, that was 2023. Like that's in the rear view now. I want to move on. But I would go on TV again. I just depends on what show.
What about?
I'd love to Big Brother over here, Celebrity Big Brother.
I was thinking like Special Ops. Have you seen that?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
No.
I don't have it in me.
Special Ops.
Yeah, that's SAS. Who Dares Wins. That's a big show over here. Yeah.
It's so cool here. I've been loving it.
Yeah.
So you're thinking more of like a Big Brother, like a not as physical gameplay.
Yeah, I just think like, especially during the UK one, like I had a few arguments over food and stuff. So I'm like, that doesn't get shown because it's at dinner. But in Big Brother, everything's shown. So that'd just be funny. It'd be great TV.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I could do Big Brother. I don't know if I'd enjoy that one. We had a guy. We had a guy on my.
Kenzo were talking about that, like to do like the challenge as some squad event would be fun as hell. Because it's not like mainly drama. You're just doing challenges, actually having fun, and everything's pretty much recorded.
Yeah. No, the challenge is a good one. Yeah, that's something I said. Like I would do the challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, the challenge is really physical.
Yeah, I've heard that's really big in the US, isn't it? I've never actually seen the show, but it's a big show in the US.
It's so physical. I don't know if you would want to do it.
No, I would. Like I can sort of put myself through a lot, like mentally and physically, sort of thing. But I'd get in the gym a little bit before it.
Yeah, you'd have to. Yeah, all the people train. They like really train.
No, I train for it. Get like a PT and go for it. Yeah, but I reckon I could do it.
Yeah, I think you do really well with one of those kinds of shows. It'd be interesting. You probably need some like detox time now over the holidays to just like chill, be with family, be with friends. It's probably really nice coming home after being away for so long. Did you have like a break in between UK and US where you got to see like your family and friends, or did you just go straight there?
Yeah, so I had like 4 days of like coming home.
4 days?
So basically I got dumped on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the show was ending the following Monday, but on the Sunday they do the last, After Sun for the UK one.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that, the final After Sun, they do it in Mallorca. So I had to stay in Mallorca for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then I flew back on the Monday then, and then I had that week, and then the reunion was on the Saturday or the Sunday, and then like 3 days later I flew out to Fiji.
Wow.
No, it was what I've put myself through mentally this summer. Like it's been, it has been tough, but I sort of had to do it because I would have regretted not.
Totally.
I would have regretted not taking what was offered. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of people in your position would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 100%. Like you can see with Imani, like she comes straight off the show and she was like, as soon as she got the chance to do games, straight back over.
Yeah. She was a little hesitant. She was not sure.
I'm sure when they offered what they offered, she was a little bit more sure about it.
Fair.
So let's run it back.
Yeah.
But okay, so what's kind of like next for you? What are you gonna have going on?
So I've got a little clothing thing, like lined up, a little clothing deal. And then I want to sort of like, my background's all in football or soccer, as you lot call it. So I want to go like the sports content sort of route. There's like previous UK Islanders who have sort of gone down that route, and now they're doing sort of well for themselves. So I want to see like how far I can get myself with that, and I just want to be sort of talking about like my passion and my love. This year's just been something completely different for my life, and I've just sort of taken over every opportunity that comes. But yeah, I want to sort of go into the world that I know a little bit.
We kind of cross the two. I think that's a great idea. I think the showing like your passions in the content that you share and post will definitely have a lot more longevity in it than just
100%.
Yeah, that'll be so fun. I can't wait to see all of that. Thank you so much for coming on today. I don't really have any more questions. Do you have any, Leo?
How was it being back in the crib? Like, was it weird seeing that they literally only changed a couple cushions?
Yeah, no, it was. But I think when you get in there, it was so intense straight away that you actually sort of forget. But at the same time, it was weird being with a completely different cast in there. Can't imagine how Imani felt.
right? Like she's in there from the start, and I'm like,
Yeah,
my thing was like, if people are like, would you do Love Island itself again? I'd be like, I don't know if I could, because like you said with the UK,
yeah,
right? That's like gonna be locked in your head forever. The other two are just kind of like there, but like if you had to
yeah,
go back into the same house and meet a whole bunch of new people, it's like,
yeah,
damn, I used to do this with Kenzo and Marco over there. I used to be with Scott and
yeah,
Keenan over here, and it's
yeah.
like, damn, like it doesn't really work like that when you're back in there.
It was weird being back in the bedroom having them same boys chats, like after
Yeah,
dinner with a completely different
yeah.
group of boys. That was a little
You're
bit
like,
weird.
wait. You're looking
Yeah,
around
I'm
like
like, wait.
these
I
aren't
was
the
I was
people
looking
I
around. I
know.
was looking around like, where are the cards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Harrison had me buy cards, so now everywhere I go, I have a deck of cards with me. So I was like, are we gonna play two up or what?
yeah. The only thing that was the same, like we all had a little like game of two touch and kickabout as well.
Yeah,
Like you
with the
still had the
football.
football, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, that was the highlight of my summer, bro. Just playing with the football in between breaks. Like you and me were
Yeah.
trying to juggle just for hours when we
No,
were
I
like when we
honestly
weren't filming.
like I was in the US one. I just wanted to go in there, cause no drama, and just get through it, and then get on to games, sort of thing. That's why
Uh-huh.
the US version I probably enjoyed the most because I just like there was just no sort of like
There was
baggage on me
there was
or
no major
anything like
thing.
that. Yeah, like it was just
Yeah.
like a free hit, sort of come in, just have a little bit of fun with the
Yeah.
boys. Um,
Yeah.
see what girl I end up coupled up with. But yeah, whilst playing football, obviously that's when Johnny and Cassie were
And we're
kissing up on the
kissing in
terrace
soul
running.
ties.
So I was like, I'll never forget that football on the terrace now.
Yeah. Because now you look up, you're like, wait, it's like something happened right here.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah,
And it's wild to think that like the time that you two first met was when you were trying to date the same girl.
No, literally. And I
yeah,
was like, wow. And then the way it was all connecting, like even right now, like you're talking about Johnny at the start. And I was like, that's hella funny because like Johnny and Casper were just together this weekend. And I was
well, yeah.
like,
I've seen
I don't
something about
think,
that. Yeah,
yeah, they're doing like some Friendsgiving shit, but I don't know.
yeah.
They're doing their little thing. It doesn't really matter.
What's the
But
deal with you and Cassie now? I've seen like
so me and Cassie, it just wasn't working out. So it was mainly like distance. And then it just got like toxic fast, right?
yeah,
But it just sucks because there's a lot of potential that could have been there. And we just know
yeah,
like right now it's not gonna work. But then people are like, you should have went to Friendsgiving. I was like, "T-
yeah,
what? To go see Cassie and Johnny? Nah, I'm good.
yeah,
They could do their own thing and like
yeah,
just happily do their own thing. But like I'm at Marco's house right now.
yeah.
I'm in his house in Boca Raton, and we just been on
Yeah,
the
I've noticed
boats,
because
been out
like
to the
they had
yacht.
the little Friendsgiving thing, but like none of the finalists were there apart from
That's
Cassie.
what I
Yeah,
was saying.
yeah.
And
So
I was
it
like,
wasn't
she was the
really
only
like a
one there.
USA cast thing.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I mean, they looked like they had a lot of fun. Like Mike gave me the
Yeah,
tea on it. But I was like, yeah, they could do their fun, like do whatever.
yeah,
Like I've been here with Marco. I saw Hannah
yeah,
Ortega yesterday. She was like in the area. And that was pretty much it.
yeah. Nah, decent.
Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Fucking nice
You
speaking to you
know?
again. Anyway, yeah, I felt like
Always, man. You already know.
I come off the US and I never really had a chance to sort of like
Yeah, because you
reconnect with
gotta
any
go
of the lads
straight
because
back
I
into the
was
thing.
straight into games. Like my head just turned straight away. I was like, right, I'm doing another thing here. I've got to
Yeah.
sort of get onto that.
Yeah.
So
And
the
I was
US
like,
one's the
damn.
one that sort of like gets it's sandwiched in the middle for me.
Yeah, because
You
you
know
go
what I
from
mean?
yours to US to
Yeah,
that. Yeah. But no, I'm glad. I'm happy you're doing well for real, man. Because I know like it's a lot mentally just to do one season, but to do
yeah.
two and then a third, it's like I could see where it's like stressful at times. But end of the day, I want you to be doing well for yourself.
No, I appreciate that, mate. Same with you. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it definitely takes a lot out of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
mentally, yeah.
Especially
Like I knew,
mentally.
like I
Yeah.
when I come out the UK one, like I knew flying to Fiji and I wouldn't really get to experience the post Love Island UK life, and I knew
Uh-huh.
that would happen, and I knew that people would turn on me, and I still had to do it. But coming back, it still doesn't make it any easier. Like now, especially
Yeah.
going online, and that love's still not there. Of course, people still like you, and they probably like my honesty
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Some of them, but obviously,
Yeah.
there's a lot of haters out
A
there
lot of
now.
people who are like using a burner account talking mad shit
Yeah,
for no
oh,
reason. But like, all right.
Twitter is
No, no
ruthless.
Twitter, no
No, no.
Twitter,
See,
no
Twitter,
I like because I'll try and
Twitter,
I'll.
and what's the other one?
Reddit.
Oh,
Reddit. Oh my
I don't
God,
read
they're
Reddit.
ruthless.
Yeah, I
Not
don't
good
read Reddit. I
at it.
don't read Reddit. Yeah, but Twitter,
Yeah.
like I try and sort of interact with people on Twitter. Like
Mhm.
I'd rather face it all head on and sort of take what they give me. And if it's bad, it's
Yeah.
bad. If it's good, it's good. But
Yeah.
I like to think they respect the fact that I'm not shying away from anything anyone's got to say, sort of thing.
Because
But yeah,
I
it's
will say this from the jump, like you'll keep it real all the time. You're not gonna put up some bullshit, but look, I'm gonna keep it a buck and tell you exactly how I feel.
Yeah, no, exactly. And to be fair, in the US one, you probably won't have got to see that, and people were
Yeah.
expecting that, but I couldn't really. Like my drama of coming into the US one was just walking in. That was the drama. That was
Yeah.
the impact sort of thing. So I was like, I
Yeah.
can't cause too much going on like whilst I'm in here because I know I'm going on to another show. Like, so it was tough. I was just trying to just wanted to get through it.
Yeah, because if you were the villain there, oh my God, the
Yeah.
hate coming back would have been stupid.
No, I know.
Like after games.
Yeah, and I've noticed it is most of the people on Twitter are a lot of it. It's mostly Americans as well. Like it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
people coming on the UK. It was the Americans who loved me on Twitter, and now it's them that are giving me shit. So it is what it is.
Exactly. The
Ultimately, like
irony.
when you meet people in person, everyone's fine. Everyone's sound with you. Everyone, there's not a bad word said when you meet people in person. And when you
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
talk about like my experience this summer and why I've done what I've done, people sort of listen and respect it. But yeah, it's when people don't understand the ins and outs. That's when it's tougher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly true. That was kind of like one of the reasons we started our podcast, Alex and I. She's not here. Leo's covering this season with me, but
Oh yeah.
You got the job.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like you guys have like your after sun and just kind of explain like went down.
Yeah, I've noticed like the US one and like the games, it's probably missing like a reunion and an after sun and stuff like that. Like do you know what I mean? Like a sort of like official. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying. I swear, I've heard you talk about it. Like they don't interact with you much or something. Like they don't give the show doesn't give you much.
No,
I'm like, you've started this now. I don't get why they don't just give you a proper like platform to do it on.
You would think they
that's
even
the
used
next step. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Wait. Yeah. Did you have a reunion for your season, E?
Yeah. So I went to the reunion and flew 4 days later. Yeah, like a proper reunion audience. That's
like
the first
I think it was messed up that we didn't get a reunion because I was like, damn, like after a full summer together, we can't even just do that one thing. I'm like, all
right. No, the thing is, I noticed as soon as I got back, I got 2 days of freedom, and then I was straight back into the
phone snapped. You're back in the lobby.
Attention shifted straight from US to games. All shifted.
Wow.
Just like that, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Apart from that, how did you like Fiji? I know we only have a couple more minutes, but
I didn't really get to experience it, to be honest. That's the worst part. I got 2 days after being dumped, and that was a great 2 days. I enjoyed that with all the cast and that.
Yeah, that's true.
That was about it.
Dates like outside to see Fiji. Like I got to do a lot of the like cool excursion dates, so I feel like I got to see some cool things in Fiji.
Yeah. Not really. Yeah. I didn't really know. I didn't get a chance. I got to walk to like a shopping center that was like 10 minutes from the Hilton.
Yeah.
And that was about it. That was literally about it.
It was by like the pier by the dock, right?
Yeah. That was it. So I got to walk to there a few times. But I threatened to go home about 4 times. I was texting them all the time. I was like, I can't do this. Get me in that fucking villa. I'm hearing whispers of what's going on in there, and I'm like, I can come in and do something here. And by the time they brought me in, there was only so much I could.
Yeah, your timing was a little late. I wish you came in a little earlier. I felt like kind of like towards the end, a chunk came in, and I wish like more came in sooner.
Yeah, no, 100%. But there was a lot of rained off days in the cast, which obviously they don't in the filming. There's about 4 or 5 rained off days, so they obviously edited them out. But there was a lot of off days where things were planned, people were planned to go in, and then they changed it, and so it was all dependent on the weather and what they could do. But either way,
weather's tough.
3 Love Islands, that's me over and out. Fuck it, I got paid. So
actually, you did.
I got
great.
paid. That's all that matters.
You did a great job on a good platform that you can use for other things, and maybe we'll see a show in the future. Maybe not Love Island. Maybe not Love Island also coming up.
I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. That's not me.
Hopefully we can look out for you in other places. And thank you so much for coming on here. It's been so nice finally getting to talk.
Hear the story. Yeah.
Season.
I've not really spoken about him many places, to be honest. Yeah.
So
I appreciate it anyway.
Yes, of course. For everyone listening, we are going to link Scott's social medias down below if you want to go follow him, keep up with him. And we are also going to be having more Islander interviews coming up, so check those out. And please give this video a like, leave a comment down below of what you thought of Scott, and subscribe to our channel. And thank you again, Scott, for coming on here.
No worries. Lovely meeting you both. Well, lovely meeting you. Lovely meeing you. Lovely seeing you again.
Always, brother.